Good evening, folks. I hope you're all enjoying your Friday evening. I hope you're all enjoying yourselves. I hope you're all having a wonderful start to the weekend. Tonight, we are going to be joined by a lovely, lovely guest that we have known for quite some years now.
Thank you, man. That's so kind.
Shut up, I haven't introduced you yet. He's known by the wonderful name of MrDinko. Please say hi.
Hello there.
Hello there, General Kenobi.
Oh my
God. Is this going to be the infamous rumored Star Wars podcast that has been requested?
Said that's not happening until 20XXXXX, all right? It's not happening for a long time.
That great year, 20XDX.
Yep.
What am I doing here?
So, I'm also joined by my wonderful co-hosts, InvisibleDizz.
Hello. Hi. I just wondered where our introductions were coming.
Hey, how you doing?
And SENPIEMAN as well.
Hey, I'm that one guy.
The one guy that is apparently delayed still.
You are that one guy.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so, Dinko, obviously you being our special guests, we are going to question you quite a lot, so I do apologise on that one. If Diz gets a little bit forward with his questions, blame Diz. Wait, no, hashtag blame Dinko.
Oh, God damn it, you just have to bring that up.
Had to drop it in there, dude.
Yeah,
anything goes wrong anywhere at any time, hashtag blame Dinko.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is.
Yep.
Like the people that didn't like the latest Star Wars movie, blame Dinko.
Yep.
Blame Dinko.
Blame Dinko. He asked for too much.
I got to say, Tech, though, quickly. Thank you so much for putting my face all over the stream.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't know what happened. Okay. In between me making the change prior to the stream going live and me now switching it over, I don't know what happened to that extra source, but I've just put it in. Okay. Hashtag blame Dinko. It's your fault anyway.
I can see it in the edit. It's going to be like that picture, and it's just a hashtag blame Dinko underneath it.
I can deal with it.
I might do, to be fair.
I'm just trying to match the pose.
Match the pose. Yeah, do you still have that little cigarillo that I bought you?
Oh, no, that got smoked ages ago, man.
Oh, okay. It would have been perfect for that.
It would have, but it's gone. Same. But right, Dinko, who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? What's going on?
Oh, who I am? Well, okay. I'm okay, let me start with being very formal about this. My name is MrDinko.
Yes.
Not Emperor?
No, not Emperor anymore, no.
Wow, downgrade.
He's elderly now. He's Mr. He's evolved.
Dethroned.
I evolved from Emperor to Mr. That's a bad transition.
He's now a dad.
Yeah, he's a
Mr. Dinko.
I'm dad over Kylo, honestly, to be honest. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah. No, so I live in Norway with my dog, Kylo, and I make a lot of content on the interwebs. Twitch or YouTube.
Interwebs.com.
Mm-hmm.
The interwebs.com.
Yes.
Different places. I just like to make a lot of things.
So what he's saying is, guys, there is an OnlyFans for MrDinko available right now if you go look for his content.
Yeah. And also Snapchat if anyone is interested. Just send me a DM on Twitter or something.
I'm not a 14-year-old,
It's all Star Wars. It's all Star Wars fanfic right there.
Star Wars hentai with Dinko.
But right, so you mentioned YouTube. You like to make a lot of content for YouTube using GTA, don't you?
Well, I like to work with it. Publishing is a different story.
So explain how you go about making one of your... Because they're mainly music videos, aren't they?
Well, okay, so before I've been working on music videos, that was my main focus on okay, let me specify. Work on music videos in GTA 5. So not in real life music videos, but GTA 5 music videos where I take a song that I find and I like, whichever song that is, and then I put it in GTA and make like a little, music video out of it. Okay. My process from doing that, that is, firstly, I find a song that I like, and then I jump into the game, doing a little bit of scouting, location, and all that kind of stuff, figure out where I should make the scenes. I start recording in Rockstar Editor, and then I record the scenes that I need to record that I've been planning out. So I write every scene on a script, basically. And then I, record, edit them, and then put them together on the editing software. Quite simple, actually. The structure.
Step 1, get underpants. Step 2, step 3, profit.
There's no profit in this.
He's not monetized yet.
Like no, literally, it's not monetized. And like my most successful video or this year literally got like removed from YouTube. Like they just blocked it.
Oh, nice.
All, like throughout the whole world. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, very nice.
Was that possibly
that thing was growing, so I was happy with that.
Algorithm.
Was that possibly the Joker one?
Yeah, that was the Joker one, exactly.
I thought so
Yeah.
because that was actually really excellently made as well.
Yeah, I was really happy with that one. And then they were just like, nope, screw you. And then they
Nope.
they removed it.
So for the people listening to the podcast, Dinko, what was the actual Joker video about? So what was the name of the song you used? How did you make the character essentially look like the Joker in GTA? What was the process?
Hacks. I mean, mods.
There were a lot of mods.
Boosting.
There were a lot of mods. And no, I did not do that on online, so I didn't do any weird stuff there.
Of course.
Everything was on single player and all that stuff. And yeah, so I modified the game. So firstly, the song was That's Life by Frank Sinatra, which is one of my favorite songs all time.
Classic.
And so it's a classic. And then so I had to use that obviously because it was inspired by the Joker movie that recently came out. And then what I wanted to recreate was basically small bits of the movie, but also the process of him becoming or just starting as a nobody person that's being, or like a loner basically, like he is in the movie. And then throughout the progress or throughout the movie, he becomes the Joker. So I wanted to make that in the video or the music video as well. So I did basically 3 segments where he was basically lonely on the street. He got a little bit of money and was successful. And then he bought himself, and then some tragic stuff happened. And then he bought himself, he bought himself a suit, and then he mentally went a little bit crazy, and then became the Joker, sort of like in the movie as well.
Yeah.
Spoilers if you've not seen it.
Well, yeah.
Well, I think everyone knows he becomes Joker. But yeah,
Well,
sorry
they
if we
didn't
just
know.
spoiled that for people. Yeah.
Or if they thought it was about someone that was really good with playing cards and magic tricks.
That could be, yeah, could be.
That would be a terrible movie.
I'll watch it. Just for the fun.
But you've also recently come back to streaming. So you were streaming for a while. You had a break to concentrate more on your writing. And now you're back to streaming.
Pretty much. Yeah. So I back in 2019, I stopped streaming, and then I decided to focus a lot on my, as you said, my writing, and also just figuring my head out just in general and what I want to do the next couple of years in terms of like media production and stuff, because I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do. So I decided to take a whole year off and just figure things out. And then now recently, actually exactly a year right after, or a year, so in April 2020, I came back, did a little Skyrim stream. I remember, this was pretty fun to stream actually. So then I decided in June, late June, to fully start streaming again with a schedule and all that good stuff. And it's been great, and no regrets in that.
Good man. Welcome back, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, definitely. It's good to see you back to streaming. I noticed that you've been doing Borderlands again with Lance.
That's a blast.
Mhm.
Always love that.
Yeah.
Which was something that I think we have all streamed together at some point. Not Borderlands 3, but whether it be Borderlands 1 or Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3, we've all kind of mixed
Dabbled
in
on
each
it.
other's streams
Yeah.
doing that. And it's good to see you playing that with Lance again.
Though I have to say, his RNG is still disgusting because he got so many legends in the last DLC. Quite literally, we've been running through the DLCs every Monday night. We
Yeah.
did the first one, I think when Dinko first. No, we did the first one, the Moxie one, a while ago, wasn't it? Before you officially made your comeback. And on that DLC, like Dinko and I would like non-stop get legendaries dropping to the point where we were like, we have to stop. I need to go back and see what I've got to sell and get rid of, because there was so much just literally being littered on the floor when we were running it. Did the next DLC, which was based on Hammerlock, which is like essentially what I call the hentai DLC, because it quite literally is a hentai. Because with the amount of squids people in there. Dinko, for every one legendary I got, Dinko was on 20 before me. I was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, this isn't happening. So Dinko be like, ooh, a legendary. Ooh, a legendary. Ooh, a legendary. I'm like, whatever, done, dude. I'm done. Let's move on. And then this week we started up the most recent DLC, to which I'm now getting my RNG back, where I probably spent most of it anyway. And I was like, ooh, legendary. Ooh, legendary. Ooh, a new legendary. Ooh, another new legendary. Ooh, replacement legendary. I'll take it. So it was.
You got all of them.
Hey, when I got the Nighthawking back, dude, all I'm going to say was that was like the best it's been since I've got that back. I'm good.
I got the Nighthawking yesterday, by the way, just saying.
Whatever. I got it first. Is what that matters.
Who cares?
But yeah, it's been fun. I've been enjoying playing Borderlands 3 again. It's just one of those things that when we were playing it, it was the last DLC. It felt like no matter what weapon I used, I just couldn't kill anything. And I was like, I can't figure out what I'm supposed to use with these things. Nothing works. Except for one sniper. And I was like, I'm out of bullets. But, Borderlands 3, what are you going to do?
That was always the one biggest problem for me with Borderlands 3 was that I honestly felt that I wasn't doing enough damage enough of the time. And that's why I was obviously always constantly dying as well. And it got to the point, for at least for me, when I was streaming it with you guys, that I just couldn't carry on because I was just getting so annoyed with not being able to do enough.
Mm.
And I think that comes with a lot of the territory of obviously all the guns being RNG based on their stats and everything else, as well as what effects that you get. But at the same time, like, say, for example, we could have been level 40. I was still pulling in 38 and 39 gear. I should have been pulling in 40, but that gear was at the same kind of level of stats as 35 and 36 gear. So no matter what I was using, I always felt I couldn't get enough damage on anyone else. So I ended up leaving it with you guys because it just didn't become fun for me because of the RNG. I honestly think with Borderlands, they need to kind of shrink it down. I understand there's over 2 billion guns in there, but come on, dude. Like, shrink it down and give people a chance.
The problem was that the fact with they've got 2 billion guns, like 80% of that is green and blues, which you're never going to use. Mm-hmm. And then when you do get like the purple variant and then the legendary variant, it's like, here you go. But you're like, this gun is trash. Why do I want this? And it's also because they've got like different manufacturer brands as well. So each one of them has like a set range of weapons. And then obviously they have a legendary attached to it. And then obviously the green and the blues and so forth. And then you, if you use a certain brand over and over and over again, and you start leveling up with that particular company, then they send you an email where you get said gun and so forth, and you're like, oh my god, please stop sending me trash, Yeah. It's just a lot. 2 billion
the
guns.
Concept is weird.
Yeah, it's just there's just too much.
I have still not played or bought Borderlands 3 yet, and
Will you ever do?
I do plan to. I do plan to, because I very much enjoyed the Borderlands series, and I would like to play with you guys at some point in Borderlands 3.
I'm down anytime.
Same.
Because
Same.
It's one of those games that is just always absolute crazy fun, and to play with you guys that can actually aim your guns where you need to, I feel like I can very much do with that assistance when I'm playing that game.
So just a heads up, there are some weapons where you don't actually have to aim. You can just kill them with splash damage, and that's the torque weapons. So you'll be good to go with that.
That's what I'm using.
That's what you'll be good to go with. But I'm just going to call it now. If you're joining Diz, I'm playing as Moxie. Just calling it.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I was going to say, I'm playing as Moxie, but Diz was like, sure.
Yep.
Imagine that.
I'm happy to play as whatever tanky character there is. I'm always the tank. I like being the tank.
Isn't that Mose?
Yeah, I'd say the tanky character would be
Mose.
the Mose.
Yeah, I was going to say that's Mose.
In some areas, you can also say Flak, depending on the build you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, his criticals are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. That's
he just can't jump very well. That's it.
Come on.
Dude, okay, so about 2 weeks ago, Dinko and I were playing, and he was so adamant that he could jump up onto a roof by using Flak special ability. Now, the roof is like up here. The platform we're at is down here. Dinko's like, I can make that, no problem. I'm like, sure you can. He goes to jump, and he does this. Oh. I'm like, you could even make it if you. I mean, I give him props to trying, but it was just like, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
I tried at least. I tried.
Yeah, but you're the character out of the two of us that were playing was the only one who could have made that jump. I'm playing Amara. Unless I
Do you not believe in me, man?
Oh no, I did, but I was pretty sure the game was going to cuck you, which it did. Because I'm pretty sure you bounced off the ceilings. What happened?
It's something.
Yeah. But you know, that's Borderlands though. Borderlands is always fun. It's always got something weird and crazy happening in it. I mean, Dinko and I would like die, but I think currently right now there's a bug where every time Dinko and I are in a fight and one of us goes down, we don't get the icon telling us one of us has go down. Like we don't see the plus icon, not the health icon, sorry, saying that someone needs first aid. I have to wait for his Porkins to come save him, and then I'm like, oh, Dinko, you're down, save me. You know.
I think they actually fixed that in a recent patch.
Did they?
Yesterday, actually.
Did they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they did like a 4 GB patch yesterday, like with a lot of fixes and stuff.
I better download that.
I think it's just the fact that they need to make that icon bigger as well, because obviously, as you're fighting a lot of enemies, you end up getting tunnel vision and having to concentrate on just all the enemies that are around you. You kind of don't see the very, very, very tiny little plus icon on the side of your screen because it's stuck to the side. So you're concentrating on the middle. You ain't going to see the rest of it. So.
Yeah.
Well, I would say it's kind of skill based though, because if you look on the player, what's got the player tag on the name tag on top left, is it top left or top or bottom right or something like that, where you see the names
somewhere around there.
Bottom left.
Something like yeah. I think it's bottom left. Yeah. There you can see when people go down, you can see that they're down. So you sort of have to. That's where you have to have your attention on, and not because obviously you're going to be focused on the shooting. So. And you won't really get an alert. So the only place you actually effectively can see it whenever or wherever you are, it's on the bottom left of the screen.
All I would say is that with someone playing as Flak, their aid, their health bot needs to help actually res other people as well. Because when I watch Porkins go to res Dinko, it doesn't always do it. So I can hear Dinko be like, Porkins! And Dinko's dead. And then I watch his pet just roll off someone like, where are you going? You know, help me, I'm in a fight type situation.
He's doing his job, man. He's doing his job.
Well, no, because you died a fair amount. He didn't do his job, dude. You died.
I have some compassion for his failure, right?
I told you, like, you need to get Porkins, have a sit down, do the yearly review, tell him his performance is just not up to point, dude. You need to reorganize his contract. Like, he's not worthy of that promotion.
Well,
to be fair, you did change him anyway.
But right, if one of you guys, I'll say Tex, if you can look up the Epic Store for me now, just to let people know, we're recording this on the 24th of July, where yesterday, our time, the Epic Store summer sale has actually begun. Conveniently, this episode is released on Wednesday, the 5th of August, where... if you're listening to this on release, you have one more day left of the sale. So we are warning you, there is one day left. So the actual games mainly advertised on the PCGamer.com as being on sale are Disco Elysium at 25% off. This one, Dinko will probably kick my ass if I don't get. Jedi Fallen Order is currently 50% off.
50.
Oh, 50%
already.
Off.
Wow.
Red Dead Redemption is 20% off. SnowRunner, 20% off. Man Eater, which looks hella fun, is 25% off. And yes, I did say hella, and I mean every word of that. Control is 50% off. Outer Worlds, which we spoke about on the previous podcast, is 35% off. Satisfactory still very poorly at 10% off rather than just that little bit higher. And the last one advertised as one of the main games, Shadow Tactics, is 85% off.
Wow. Wait, I thought it was up to 75% for the sale.
Well, Shadow Tactics is advertised at 85%. And also, before Tex tells us if Borderlands is on...
it is.
How much is it at the moment?
50%.
Which version?
It's
Which version
£25. Well?
Oh, there you go, it is.
Ooh, is that all the versions 50% off? Or just the regular version?
Let me double check.
Probably the best version is like the base price for the base game.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's that price, it probably is the base version. I mean, even still, that's not a bad thing to pick up. Get a disc.
But also, Epic have announced that for this sale, they will not be handing out £10/$10 vouchers.
Oh, like
but
the last
you can still redeem vouchers if you have them previously, because those vouchers, where is it here? They are actually good until November 1st. So as long as you spend more than $13.99, you can redeem your previous £10 voucher, but you will not be getting £10 vouchers on this current sale.
Okay.
Oh, that's fair, though. That's fair.
And this, just for an FYI, the base version is £25. The deluxe edition is $32.49, and the super deluxe edition is $42.49
at time of recording.
At time of recording.
Yeah.
That's still not bad.
That'll be pretty good. So yeah, if you are listening to this now, as terms of release day, you have 1 day left of the sale. So go check it out. Pick up some games that you might like. If you've got the old £10 voucher from the spring sale, why not use it on something like Borderlands 3? Or if you don't want Dinko to hate you, use it on Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, that's
which is a very,
he'll
very
be your
good
best
game.
friend.
It is a very good game. It is a very good game.
I love that game.
Yeah.
Which I might
Don't
not
get
get.
run on that.
I might not get it. I might wait for a Star Trek game of some kind.
Dude,
Get out of here.
We're in.
Get out of here.
Star Trek. Yeah, there we go.
Funnily
What
enough,
about
in the
Dinko?
previous
Life.
podcast, I was looking up Zachary Quinto, and there is a new, is it a new film or a new game? One of the two things, but he's involved with. It may have a game spin-off, Star Trek.
What, Star Trek 3? Is that they confirmed for him, or is it pre-production?
I don't know. I don't have the tab open at the moment.
Okay. Because I know, obviously, with what happened at the end of the last... No, wait, hang on. That would have been 3, the last one, the one that Idris Elba was in. They would have the one where Anton, the guy who played Chekhov, who passed away not long after the film was released, they've not made any plans to do a number 4 or another one. I did hear
Because
a
they
rumor
didn't want to replace
Quentin-
him straight away, yeah.
Yeah, I know there was that. They did have respect to not replace him straight away. But I did hear a rumor that Quentin Tarantino was supposed to be doing the next Star Trek. I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard that rumor.
No.
I heard a rumor he was tied to it, but I don't know if that was just hearsay.
I can't see that happening.
Why not?
Tarantino doing a Star Trek?
And
It's not his style.
it's not his style, but
see that.
you got to remember though, every film that he's made under his name was films that he wanted to get done, and he's already nearing the end of his films that he wanted to create.
Yeah, but there were also films that he'd written.
Yeah,
He can't. It's his own IPs. He can't take somebody else's IP and write a film for that. That's just not his style.
yeah. But I think he's
Also,
not.
it's something he can't star in.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
He'd find a way.
He would find a way. He probably would find a way.
He'd find a way.
cameo.
He'd be a stormtrooper or something.
What?
To be honest, in the last few Star Wars films, enough stars made cameos as stormtroopers.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Wasn't
the most
Prince
famous-
Harry one of them?
No. So here's the thing, though. So they
Oh, here we go.
Prince Harry
We're
was
gonna get fact
was
checked
removed.
right now. There we go.
He was removed.
Oh, he was removed.
Wow. Damn.
So I think in The Force Awakens, the only star was what's his name again? Daniel
Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, when he's
Wait, what?
interrogating
No, Daniel
Rey.
Craig.
Daniel Craig was in The Force Awakens.
Daniel Craig is
That's
James
James
Bond.
James
Yeah.
Bond.
Yes,
Yeah,
he was a
that him.
stormtrooper.
He was a stormtrooper.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. There was
That's
the guy
why I
that
said Daniel
interrogated
Craig.
Rey.
I know this one. Come on, you Star Trek fan.
But wasn't Daniel Craig, like, the stormtrooper that he apparently was, wasn't the other one Tom Cruise, from what I read?
No, but there was only one.
Was there?
Yeah.
In The
Well,
Force Awakens, I think, yeah.
What do you mean at the same time, or?
Yeah, I
Same
thought there
scene.
was a scene where there was two stormtroopers
It was two stormtroopers in
interacting.
one room, and it was as I think Kylo was going mad and wrecking stuff, and they were in there in the same room. I think they.
No. So, okay. They have the scene when Kylo is wrecking things, and then you have the two stormtrooper walking, and then they're all like, no,
and then
we
back
don't-
off.
no,
Yeah,
we're
I think
not
one of
going.
those was Daniel Craig,
I
wasn't it?
remember that scene. Yep.
No,
No, not that one.
Daniel Craig was the one that was interrogating Rey
Right,
Oh,
in
okay.
Force Awakens. So
Okay.
basically, that's why he got the most voice lines out of all the stormtroopers and stuff. And
Oh, the one
because
she
he's good
uses
at
the
interrogation.
mind trick on.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
I didn't know he was in that.
Okay.
I didn't know that. I do know that in what was the last one called again? The Rise of
Last Jedi?
Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker, sorry.
Rise of Skywalker. I know Kevin Smith was in that.
Yeah, he
And
was a stormtrooper.
That's
Was
the
he
only
really?
one I know. Yeah, he was in it. So he's apparently. Do you know where they're? I don't know if you've seen the film or not, but there's on one of the planets where they go to get 3PO. They go to get the information from 3PO's head. He's one of the stormtroopers in the scene questioning someone. So there's a scene where they're questioning someone at the door.
Oh.
Apparently, he's one of the stormtroopers there.
So, Talking about no. We're still going to keep it on Star Wars. We need to please our guest.
No.
But we're going to try and edge it back towards gaming. So,
the game.
Dinko, what was the first ever Star Wars game that you played?
The one that Val played.
You just had to.
Let him explain it.
The first ever Star Wars game.
This better be a good answer, Dinko.
That's okay. Actually, you know what? The first, because I started watching. Okay, just quickly, I started watching Star Wars, the movies when I was 5, but I didn't go into any gaming of Star Wars before I was like 11, I think, and that was honestly the Star Wars Unleashed, Star Wars Unleashed series.
Force Unleashed.
That was my first.
They were good games.
Wait, wasn't the second one really bad though? Or it got really
Yes.
Was it
the
badly
second
reviewed?
one got bombed.
It was.
Yeah.
It
I
bombed.
know the first one did well.
It was a very good game though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed.
I like
game.
both of them, but
Well, of course you would, Dinko. You're biased towards Star Trek.
okay. Actually, well, actually, you know what? There is one game that was before Unleashed, and that was Lego Star Wars. That's true.
Oh wow!
I played Lego Star Wars, the original Lego Star Wars. I played that before.
It's a good shout because, I mean, let's be honest. Every single Lego game is essentially the same thing, but it's so fun when it's a franchise that you like.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
It's like the Lego Marvel games were, for me, phenomenal, but I wouldn't pick up a Lego Harry Potter. I would probably play Lego Star Wars, but I wouldn't play Lego Lord of the Rings. But essentially, they're all the same thing, but they pleasing the people that like the different franchises.
Yep.
So yeah, like I could see the Lego Star Wars being fantastic. Like, I mean, how many did they end up making?
They did. How many? Like, I think they did.
They did the original trilogy,
they made
and I think
one.
They've done the sequels as well, haven't they?
They made 1, 2, and then they made like a Saga edition, or Sega, like George Lucas says. And then they also now they are coming out with the. Then also did a Clone Wars 3 or Star Wars Clone Wars 3 or stuff like that. And then they also did, and now they're coming out with like the special edition, which covers like all the movies basically, like all 9 movies.
So that's probably the one that would be good for me to pick up then.
Yeah, you should wait for the. It's called Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, which is basically like a Lego, of everything.
So you weren't old enough to remember the Phantom Menace game then?
No.
Oh, it was such a good game. Terrible film, brilliant game.
May have been a terrible film, but it did give us a badass looking villain in Darth Maul.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Agreed.
True. Yep.
One of the best ones, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with Dinko on that. He's probably one of the best Star Wars villains.
The Phantom Menace game, if you can still find that, it is a really good game.
Oh, I have the game on Steam. I have all the games. So
this is Dinko we're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Anything Star Wars, he owns.
I once held up the queue in a PC World playing that game on the demo.
wait, was the queue to play this game, or
I was having so much fun with it. I wouldn't let any. I wouldn't. No. It was to play the demo of the game. I was standing there for about 45 minutes just playing this demo over and over and over again because I was enjoying it so much.
Was it the pod racing game, right? Or
no,
that pod racing game.
Okay.
Oh,
because that's Phantom Menace era as well. So
I was just about to mention that game because I was going to ask you guys as well, but essentially, like the first Star Wars game that I played was Pod Racer 1, as Dinko just mentioned. Absolutely loved it. Has recently had a remaster for the PS4 as well. Apparently, isn't all that good because it still looks like absolute shite. But
Polygons.
I will probably. Yeah, exactly. I will probably still pick it up because I absolutely loved the game back when it released on the PS1. So, I mean, what about you guys? What was the first ones that you guys played as well?
Mine was this. I'm not sure if this was Knights of the Old Republic, because I had a demo on the very first PC that we got from my house when like years ago. It was like a friend of the man who built the PC like for my mum and for us at the time. Put a demo of Star Wars on. I'm pretty sure it was Knights of the Old Republic. So I got to play that, and that was sort of like my first introduction to Star Wars. I had a lot of fun playing it. It was really, really good, but I didn't understand the game at the time. Then we fast forward a little bit, and I think the next Star Wars game I played was in the Trocadero, which was the pod racing one. Was quite literally you sat in the actual pod, had the controllers, and were doing this just to make it move left and right. And obviously you then sat there on a big screen playing that there, and it was like £1, and you did the races. That was the one I played, and it was fun, but at the same time it was a workout in itself because of what you were doing, trying to get a thing to like just making it move left and right was an actual workout. And then after that, I think I dabbled on the Force Unleashed 1, only because at the time it was obviously Blockbuster, and you get to play games early and so forth. That was one of the games I got to test out. Trying to think what else are there.
There was one on the PS2 that was the second one that I played, and it was the space dogfighting one. I don't remember which one it was called.
The one with the ships, right? That you're doing
Starfighter?
The dogfighter one. Yeah.
Was it actually Starfighter?
Yeah, I think
dogfighting is Starfighter one.
Yeah, I remember the front cover for it. I never played that one. Had
the red and white kind of triangular ship.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah,
I played that one and absolutely really, really loved that one.
Yeah, I never played that one. I remember seeing that everywhere though. It was always a game that I saw and I was like, no, I'll move on to something else. And then I think most recently, I think it was probably like the Jedi Fallen Order. I got to play that like the same time I did with Need for Speed because of Origin. And it was a great game. I really had a lot of fun playing it, especially when you're like flinging the lightsaber, especially when you customize the lightsaber at the end. Oh, that was good. That was so much fun. The game was visually very impressive for me. The combat was awesome. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I didn't mind it. I had a lot of fun with it, but then I can see why there would be a sequel coming to it as well. Because it's so well done. It's such a good game. And I think it did.
Has that already been announced?
I'm pretty sure I heard there's a sequel.
I haven't heard anything
coming for it.
Not that I heard of, at least.
Well,
Fancy's dreaming. Fancy's dreaming.
I've out exclusive Dinko confirmed.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but if Dinko's not heard of it, then it probably hasn't been announced.
I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I heard something. There was something regarding that they were going to be doing something towards it.
There is. Let's just say that they have. It's not confirmed or announced or anything like that. But there is like, we can make it because we see you guys like it, type of thing.
Yeah, it did. I think it did better than they anticipated. Stuff. Yeah, I think the game performed better than they thought it would. So, I mean, thank you to Origin.
In terms of arcade, I remember the very, very old school arcade where it was a TIE Fighter game, and you would actually sit in a huge round pod, and you had to close the door on yourself.
I remember this.
Yeah. And as you're flying the TIE Fighter, the entire arcade would like just shimmy all over the place.
It was essentially 3D move around with you.
Yeah,
so kind of like the Initial D games.
Initial D was kind of. Oh yeah, I know what you're referring to. Kind of, but
the entire pod you were sitting in was like
would move around, and you had the screen. Yeah.
And
so Initial D does the same, where it's got the car, and as you're drifting around the corners and everything, it moves the car along with you up and down and stuff like that.
But the screen is projected onto the back though for the Initial D ones. That's the thing, though.
Okay.
Yeah, you're sitting in the actual car,
you see the screen in the pod.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if there was an exterior screen so people could watch what you were doing. I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either. I just remember it was all in the capsule.
And I just remember watching other people play, and this is when arcades were really not safe, because if you were anywhere near that pod and the person swung a left, you were getting knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because you had this whole arcade machine flying towards you. But yeah, that was my first experience arcade-wise. Console-wise, I think it was the original Battlefront game.
Oh God, I forgot about Battlefront.
I think.
Wow.
It was either that or, as Lance said, Night of the Old Republic on the PC. So I remember playing that as well. But yeah, they were mine.
Sorry, I forgot to mention this. It's available on Steam now. They brought Knights of the Republic back to Steam.
Yeah.
I've had that for ages. I bought it on May the 4th, like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
No, what they've brought over to Steam is the Old Republic. Not Knights of the Old Republic. The MMO that they've now done.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Is it? I thought that was just the Old Republic.
I can't put it up at the moment, but I'm pretty sure I've got
someone needs to
No, it's
Someone
Old
needs
Republic.
to fact check.
The Old
Old
Republic
yeah.
released in like 2012 because I got that with my original PC and really, really enjoyed it as an MMO.
Yeah. I literally just saw it on Steam as it popped up on one of those things.
But then you've also got Knights of the Old Republic, which was, I think, back in like PS2 days, and it was a story-based game where you were learning to become a Jedi Master and going through all the Jedi School and stuff.
I would like to play that again.
It's good.
I dabbled on
Do
one.
Do it.
I would like.
Do it. Do it.
Do it, man. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do
Wait,
it.
wait, wait.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Talking about that, I don't remember where I saw this, but I had to bring it up because saying that just reminded me. I have to try and find this video somewhere and send it to you guys. But someone made a meme based on the old Bop It game.
Oh God!
Do you
Yes.
And,
Do it.
and
I've seen it.
like it was the old advert where the guy was like holding a Bop It and the narrator's like twist it and he twists it and he's like bop it and he bops it and then Palpatine comes in and he's like
I've seen that one. It's great.
and I just couldn't stop laughing. It was the
God.
first time I'd seen this and it was just pure comedy, man.
Nice.
It's a great clip.
But right, we've spoken about Star Wars enough. F Star Wars.
Star Trek.
Wow.
No, because
My
obviously
feelings are touched.
I want to include your other interests in this.
Yes, that's fine, man. I
And-
get it. I
and-
get
It has zero
I mean,
interest.
I don't mean to be this rude to a guest, but shut up. I can only say it because it's you. You know I love you. But one thing that I would like people to know about Dinko is that he is a massive, massive nerd when it comes to game tech and PC tech.
Yeah.
And me tech.
When it comes to like me getting...
Same point just got that.
I heard that as well.
When it
Oh
comes
my
to
God.
say like me asking for advice on PC gear, I go to Lance, I go to Tex, I also go to Dinko. So another bit of gaming news that I would like to bring up that I think, all of you guys would probably have an opinion of is the fact that Logitech have a brand new gaming chair coming out.
Saw that.
Like, for the people listening to this as it's released, I know the news is 2 weeks old, but for us, the news happened this week. Logitech have a brand new gaming chair where they've collabed with Herman Miller, and it's going to cost $1,500.
Oh,
It's,
no.
Yeah.
It basically just touches the 1% of gamers in this world.
Exactly.
That's it.
You essentially see, but the thing is, though, since they've announced the release of it, so obviously at the recording of this video when we did this, the chair's already out. Is it out or is it going to be out?
It's about to be released, I think.
Other streamers, like big time streamers, have already been sent the
so
chair.
a fair amount of streamers who are on my, or that I've seen on my Twitter feed already had the chair given to them. They've been sent to the sent it by
given to them.
Exactly.
The
They've
people
had it
that
sent to them.
can afford it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the chair looks nice AF. I have a Secret Labs chair and it does me wonderfully. But I'm not spending 4 times the price I paid for this chair to get a Herman Miller. And when I was looking at chairs, I had someone like, you should get a Herman Miller, dude. I'm like, I don't have £1,000 to spend on a chair. They're like, but you're investing in your comfort in the future. I'm like, it's £1,000, bro. I ain't spending that much money on a chair.
If I want to invest in comfort, I'll move my PC to where my sofa is. That's a comfortable sofa. I don't need to spend well, the actual UK price has been confirmed at £1,195.
So essentially £1,200. £1,200. That's what I expected it to be.
Off.
But yeah, exactly. Like
Okay, I'll leave.
Yeah.
I was just releasing some
quickly.
Yeah. But no, that as interesting as it was that Logitech and Herman Miller did a collab to make a gaming chair, which essentially does go to the 1%ers of Twitch. Or anyone who is in that, or like YouTube or Facebook or anyone of that in that situation who's sponsored by them, or who they've like, oh, we can get free publicity out of this. There is no way a bog standard person is going to spend that much money for their chair unless they are chair enthusiasts. Is that even a thing? Anyway, no one's spending that much money unless you're a 1%er on that platform.
But that's the price for most people for a relatively good gaming PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you spend that much to sit down and
I
play?
could buy two of my
PC
PCs for that.
Yeah.
So, okay, just a little bit like to defend them a little bit. Like I've sit on a Herman Miller chair before.
Defense.
No,
and
you try and defend them.
No, but here, listen. So you can sit down on the thing and you can, adjust it so it's perfect for your body. And so I've said this is the best experience I've ever had. Now, aside from that, I would never buy it for that price. I wouldn't buy a chair, but just for it to being sort of like the best chair for your body because you can tweak it and stuff like that. It's for some people, especially for some people that sits 12 hours a day or more. It's a health benefit if it's like the perfect place. So for sitting.
I'm so glad you said chair at that point. So I was like, are we still talking about a chair here?
But isn't that what most gaming chairs are designed to do? Like you can adjust them. You have back pillows. You have a headrest.
Yeah, the lumbar support and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are designed. But I think with Herman Miller is like, and I'm gonna join Dinko on this one as well. I have many friends who have told me Herman Miller are absolutely fantastic sitting because most of them spend like hours upon hours and hours doing what they do. And you need to sit in comfort. You don't want to be sitting there like shifting as much as some do. But apparently Herman Miller, when you sit in them, it reduces that. So you're literally comfortable for hours sitting in that chair. Mm-hmm. And the way they've got their lumbar support on the chair designed, it's meant to be that it actually supports and helps the back. But at the same time, as much as I appreciate what they're doing, I'm not spending over £1,000 for a chair.
Yeah,
okay,
never.
So for the people,
if they want to send me one, however, I will gladly accept.
For the people, cough, me, that don't know, who is Herman Miller and why should I care?
Cue Dinko.
Just hold up, let me just Google this stuff.
We expect you
film
to just
director, music artist, stuntman, I don't know. He does a job.
I'm assuming chair designer.
It's an American company.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
So Herman Miller is an American company.
Yes.
Yeah.
That does...
Andy Owen, yeah. That does, let's see, that produces office furniture and equipment.
There we go. Okay. So
and home furnishing stuff.
Right, so Logitech have essentially teamed up with a furniture company for this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes more sense.
To reach into the gaming market.
Yeah, if it was just a collab with a guy that released a song one time, I'd be like, why the fuck do I care about a chair he designed?
Yeah.
But
it's weird because I think it was like over the last, year and a half, I have heard of Herman Miller more than I ever thought I would hear of just a random furniture company. Because out of nowhere, like, I think 90% of the streamers I watch all of a sudden was suddenly buying Herman Miller chairs. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, what? Who's Herman Miller? So a friend of mine told me, and just out of coincidence, I looked up who Herman Miller was. And I was like, yeah, that's fantastic. Only they can afford the pricing that they're offering. But they would then go on to say, oh, if you're buying a Herman Miller chair, you're paying for your investment of comfort and your back and your posture and everything. Essentially, it's your future-proofing your body for long hours and stuff. I thought there is no way a chair worth $1,000 is going to do that. No way. I still don't believe it. But Logitech joining up with them is now Herman Miller's way of saying that we're officially branching into the gaming world.
Okay. So
they're gonna try at least.
Well, let's be fair, dude. That chair isn't bad looking, and the fact they've given it to like a few of the top streamers on Twitch or whatever platform whoever they've sent it out to. It's going to get a lot of positive reviews. A lot of people who didn't get one are like, that's not a bad chair, but they were like, oh, it's not bad. I've just recently bought this one though, type situation.
But are they going to make many sales when they've already sent it to most of the people that would be the only customers?
That's true. But then at the same time, it's free advertising and maybe someone in said community would buy it because said person saw it.
It's like it's like investment, right? And plus it's a new product, so they need to spread it out. And then the best place to do that is obviously streamers, right? And
so
YouTubers, right?
Advertising.
It's all about advertising.
When such big streamers and everything else have such an expensive chair, it also ends up at least on social media looking like kind of social status. Obviously, you're gonna all these big streamers are gonna have this nice, fancy, expensive super chair. Anyone else that manages to actually save up and buy one is also going to look like they are also essentially one of these big time streamers as well. So it's also going to look like a social status thing for streamers as well. So that's also going to be another thing that you've got to consider.
Okay. Okay, well, okay. A question for all of you guys.
Okay.
Obviously, we'll start with Dinko. He's the guest. So, gaming chairs. I bought mine for £40 because it does the two things that I ask for from a chair. One, I can sit on it. Two, it won't break under my weight. So, that's all I asked for from a chair. I found one for £40. I'm happy. Dinko, we'll start with you. How much would you honestly spend for a gaming chair if it does everything that you want from a gaming chair?
How much would I spend, or like
how much would you
have
spend?
I spent?
Well, I mean, how much have you spent would also imply how much you would spend because you spent it already.
Okay, so I've been through 3 gaming chairs.
Which ones?
I went through 2 AK Racing, and right now I have a Vertigear.
Oh, you got
He
Vertigear.
literally would have just gone, which one have I got again?
Yeah,
literally. Yeah. I literally just did that.
He's like, wait a minute.
No, so
how much
that
is the one
alone
you're
having
currently
pricey.
in?
The price for that one?
Yeah.
I think I paid about let's see, £200 for it, something like that.
For the Vertigear one?
Yeah.
That's
it was like
cheap comparing what they're normally worth, aren't they?
I don't know, like this was like 2.5 years ago, so I don't know the market. Maybe it was like £300, but
Okay.
it was something around there. I wouldn't go. All right, today with my sort of like my approach to equipment today, I wouldn't go above, I'd say 500 or something like that.
You would still go up to 500 for a gaming chair?
Well, if it's a gaming chair that has sort of like the,
everything you want.
Of,
the
well,
bells,
everything
the whistles, everything.
The vibrating ass.
If I find a chair a gaming chair and it looks nice and got everything I want and all that kind of stuff, like I'd easily put out 500 for that. Sure. Like if it got everything I want, then if that's what I need, then I'll buy it. But
okay, fair enough. Lance, what about you?
Done.
You're currently sitting in a secret lab.
Yeah.
Who are they? What do they do apart from chairs? Do they do anything else?
Well, no. So Secret Labs. So at a time when I was looking for a new chair, because my previous one was at the point where, like you did, I got a fairly cheapish one. It wasn't too bad. It did what I needed to do, but then at the same time, as it was getting towards the end of its life cycle, I was starting to get a bit of like pain in the back, like near my tailbone. I'll get like pain down. I was like, I need a new chair. Mm-hmm. Secret Labs was like the choice I wanted to get previously, but they hadn't released in the UK when I bought my other chair. And then obviously I got this one, which I'm currently sitting on, which is very, very nice and comfortable. It's how much did I pay for it? I think I paid about $300.
$350 normally a minimum.
$350, I think. No, this is the weave one. The leathers, I think, are $330 or something. Either way, I paid about $350 for mine ish or so forth. But it's a comfortable chair. I like the design. It's meeting my needs, and I like it. It's giving me the back support I needed, because the previous chair didn't, and it hurt like crazy when I would sometimes play games and so forth. And I always felt like, do you know when you sit back in a chair and you feel like you're lounging back too far? I felt like it was doing that on my previous chair, and this one's giving me like what I need to help me with it. In terms of how much I'd pay for a chair, if I was to go, how much did I pay? $350. I mean, the Secret Labs Titan XL, they're like just under $500. I'd probably pay for that, and that would be as high as I would go, like for a chair.
So about the same price as Dinko.
About the same price as Dinko, yeah. But I would probably stay on brand with Secret Labs, because I actually love the chair. The chair designs are quite good. They have a lot. I'm not saying it as an ad, but if you ever look at their website and see the different special editions and patterns they do, they are pretty decent. And obviously, not too long ago, I don't know if we mentioned it on a previous podcast, they did announce the Secret Labs Cyberpunk edition of the chair, where you've got the chair is essentially bright yellow, but on the back it's got the logo of the samurai for Cyberpunk, which is really, really cool. I just wouldn't pay for a bright yellow chair.
No.
But
I mean, does it do the same thing that the other chairs do?
They do.
Does?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. They do.
I mean,
there are 3 versions of the Secret Labs chairs. There's like the Throne, which is the most basic one, which is unsimilar to like a DX Racer. There's the Omega, which is the one I have, and then there's the Titan, which is their other end scale. And then they've just introduced the Titan XL, which is sort of like a chair designed for the more bigger gamer, so to speak. So Yeah, I mean, you can look into it, dude. It's not a bad chair. They are essentially anything the Titans do. No, dude. I mean, seriously.
Money.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be selling your house soon. Money.
Hey, I may be selling a house, but I'm still a stingy bastard. I scrape the pennies, man.
So scrape the pennies
I will
for the
look
chair.
for a heavy-set chair on eBay. I don't care if it's been used. If it's under 50 quid, I'll take it. I'm not spending
you would buy
400.
a used chair off eBay?
I'd buy a used gaming chair off eBay. I don't care if someone's farted in it.
It's not just farts you'd have to worry about, dude.
Yeah.
It's the cum stains and the sweat marks and everything else.
That's the thing. Not everyone is you, Tex. We don't jizz wherever we sit.
It's the poop flakes and everything else you got to worry
Poop
about.
flakes? Why are you gaming naked?
Oh man,
like seriously, who's dumping in their gaming chairs?
South Park.
South Park.
If South Park did it, it must be. Well, you
just
know
a
what?
reference, yeah.
Wow. That was a
I know what this
strenuous
world
link.
is like. I know what this world is like. You're probably right. Let's move on. Tex, how much would you spend on a gaming chair?
I bought mine for £120 on Amazon. And literally all I was looking for was that it had a headrest, lumbar support, and enough bottom cushion that after like 2 years or so, or 3 years, that I wasn't feeling I was like sitting on solid fucking plywood. Because with the last chair that I had was a simple plain dining chair. I had no kind of extra back support. It was literally just a cushion that felt like you were sitting on a straight piece of wood and everything else. So obviously you guys have all had at least what looks like decent office chairs before all of this, but this was the first time I'd actually kind of gone a little bit more extravagant. Now, my issue with this is that because it's a decent chair, don't get me wrong, and it's lasted me a year and a half now. It's coming up to the 2-year mark, I think I've had it. But at the same time, the bottom cushion is getting a bit thin. It's leather, which I'm starting to notice more, at least during the summer, is really starting to make me sweat. It's not nice. Exactly, it's not nice. So the next chair I'm going to go for is going to be a cloth one, at least. So just to absorb that temperature a bit more. So I probably will go the same route as Lance, and I'll probably go for a Secret Labs or something similar.
Hold on, dude. Just to back up a second. How much sweat is coming off your ass for it to literally go into the chair right now?
It's not going in the chair. It's just it's got the swamp ass juice. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. And you're just sitting in a pool of yourself. You're like, oh man, my chair's making me sweaty. Squish, 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 squish.
No, but I'm still feeling the heat from it. Obviously, because it's leather and it doesn't absorb the heat. So that's the problem for it. So next time, I think I will go the same way as Lance and get a Secret Labs, but even still, you're looking at a minimum of like 350 quid, so I'm going to have to do a bit of saving for that.
Yeah, however, I mean, you got to remember, this one I got is sort of like a special version because it's not leather. This one's like a weave. It's a fabric weave. The leather ones the leather ones are a little bit. I think they're like 30 quid cheaper, 40 quid cheaper or something. But
something like that,
yeah, there'll be one.
However, speaking of that, I like if it's still available when I do go to upgrade my chair. At the moment, Secret Labs did just announce a new chair which is all completely black leather and it's got the Batman logo on there.
To be fair, dude, that's been around for a while. That Batman themed one, it's been around for a while. If they've just done a new one, it may be a 2.0 version of it. But there's been a Batman themed Secret Lab chair for a while. They've done Batman, like Game of Thrones, Overwatch. They've done a lot of the esports ones. They've done a Dota one. There's another one I think they did. There's a new one they announced. I forgot which one. I don't know if it was for a league or something else, but there's another one. It's a league inspired one, but it's like blue. It's blue and like a white beigey cream color. But yeah, there's normally a fair amount they do, but the Batman one has been around for a while, so that may be just been a 2.0 they've just released.
Well, possibly.
I feel like a big kapow coming on the screen.
But the awkward thing for that for me is, as I say, it is leather. And that's the problem with this one for me, is that whilst it's not actual leather, it's still fake leather, but still leather does not absorb the heat. So I'd have to go with the cloth one, which they don't do for Batman. So I'd be a bit torn. But yeah, I'd probably end up going
I get what you're saying by the leather. I like whether mine's real leather or it's pleather or whatever. Yes, one pass. all day, every day.
Exactly. You're gonna get that duck butter, ladies and gentlemen.
Senpai. So how much would you spend on duck butter? I mean, gaming chairs.
wow.
I mean, gaming chairs.
The one that I'm currently sitting in at the moment, I bought in 2016 for between 80 and 90 pounds. It is the same as everyone else's. It is pleather. It has started peeling. I am sitting on plywood. I have absolutely no lumbar support. And the duck butter is strong with this one.
Oh, dear.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
so
kind of like a
Are
Star
you
Wars
looking to
reference.
upgrade, or you're just hanging in there at the moment?
This time, before I start streaming, I have to have a shower. When I finish my stream, I have to have a shower.
Oh.
I get that, man. I get that.
Really doesn't help wearing skinny jeans either. So, yeah, that's not fun.
Who wears jeans in this current climate?
Who wears jeans in this economy?
I've worn jeans since lockdown started.
I'm looking at Tex right now. He's the only one. Yeah, me too. Shorts, like three quarter joggers. That's all I wear.
I'm rocking a pair of shorts at the moment.
Yeah,
I'm wearing black skinnies. But
my legs have never seen this much air. They're pale as fuck, but they have never seen this much air.
over the weekend, I'll probably end up wearing. You remember the jorts that I bought in Japan when I was with you back in 2012?
Yeah.
From,
yes, I do.
Beach Sound. I've still got those. I'll probably end up wearing those over the weekend.
That's fair enough. I mean, you can bring the red shorts out. They are technically this weather appropriate.
They are indeed. But I'm not going swimming anytime soon. So.
I mean, you might be swimming in your chair.
I don't know how big's your bathtub.
Don't have one.
He doesn't have one. You
don't have one? Well, just flood the bathroom.
Swim like this.
Yeah, seal up the shower room. He's like,
you block the bottom of the door with a little towel. You just kind of stuff it in there,
towel.
and then just leave the taps running. Boom, swimming pool.
Oh my god!
And that is home hacks with InvisibleDizz.
Oh my god!
But seriously, everyone do that. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah, you first. Okay, you first.
We are entering. We started this last time when we have a guest, and I know I'm just kind of jumping the gun here, but we are doing quick fire round with MrDinko. MrDinko, what Star Wars character are you? Go.
Good answer. Good
Jesus.
answer.
Fire round.
Okay.
Next question.
My favorite Star Wars character is a female, so I'm like,
no. We didn't ask who your favorite Star Wars character is.
no, but like that's what I would have gone for.
Just say it. Just say it. Hot girl in the hoodie.
Ahsoka? Yeah.
Ahsoka, yeah.
Okay, quick fire round ended. Jesus Christ, that took a lot longer than intended.
See, which Pokemon are you? Go.
Snorlax.
There we go. You see, that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Oh,
Dinko.
okay, I see.
That's one that comes to mind.
Even ask me Star Wars. Go. Do it.
Which
Who's your
Star Wars
favourite
character are you?
Jabba the Hutt.
He's not a Star Trek though.
Dude, don't do anything. He just lays there. That's my kind of style. Anyway, right. Right, let's bring it back to a little bit of gaming news. Where I am going to talk about the Lord and Savior himself. Quick editor's note here. This is for me and Senpai. We need to do some kind of like angel noise right about now. We're going to talk about Gabe Newell.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah, where basically just before the worldwide lockdown started, he decided to go and have a nice little holiday in New Zealand. Basically, right now, currently, the safest place on Earth.
Yes.
But 10 days into his holiday, the lockdown began. And he's been stuck there ever since. So for the last 4 to 5 months, he has been stuck in New Zealand, but apparently they're treating him so well since he's been stuck there, obviously because he's a multimillionaire, that he has now decided to throw what is it? He is throwing a music festival for New Zealand to thank them.
Fire?
No,
not Fire Festival.
Not Fire Festival.
It's going to be a free concert for people that attend. It's going to be in Auckland on August the 15th. And apparently it's going to be a full-blown affair with live music, food trucks, and VR stands. Obviously, you know, it's Gabe Newell here. There's going to be gaming there.
Vives and indexes and stuff.
But considering that New Zealand still to this date have only recorded 22 deaths from COVID, it's pretty much he was in the right place at the right time for lockdown.
Yeah.
Yep. Win-win.
Yeah.
It was definitely a win-win situation for our Lord and Savior, Gabe Newell. I mean, you really couldn't be in a safer place at the moment.
I don't think they've reported any new cases for weeks now. I think it is fully done.
Didn't they go into lockdown and have one case and then re-locked down?
They've had a total... in the 5 months that this whole world has been in chaos, they've had a total of 1,500. It's been 5 months, I think. Yeah, 4.5 months, 5 months. Yeah. They've had 1,500 confirmed cases, but only 22 deaths.
Damn.
And they also went, I think, a record something like 2 weeks of no cases at all until... the British flew there.
Yes. That's what it was.
And there was something, I think it was like confirmed, like 10 people from the flight had it. So it's like they slapped them into quarantine and boom.
Fucking ding-dongs.
We as a country ruined their record. But hey, that's what we do. We shit on everyone's parade.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. We ruin every other fucking country.
But still, you couldn't be in a safer place when lockdown started. Apparently, like everything for him has been just
could be on Richard
happy-go-lucky.
Branson's island.
Like, oh yeah, you could. Well, I mean, is anyone there at the moment? Does he even live there?
No.
I don't think he got there in time, I don't think.
Well, actually, he'd have his own private plane, wouldn't he? Like, he'd be the only person on it.
Yeah, but you still have to go via a public airport.
Not unless it's a private plane he could drive onto the actual field itself.
I'm pretty sure for people with his money, you don't have to go through where the public are.
What you said?
No, but I mean, it's still British air controlled, and therefore you still have to get approval from someone to be able to fly off and land and stuff. So
that would be more like a tower control thing, and that
but you're not going to have tower control from a private airport.
I don't know if you're going to have tower control. If the tower control get a call saying Richard Branson wants to go here, you're going to go, okay, sure.
Is he taking it with him? Sure, he can.
But nah, bruv, send him to Sainsbury's. Tell him to
he wants to go to he wants to go to his own home on his own island where there are no other people. Bugger off. Off you go.
I tell you what, if I was the pilot for that flight, I would land on his island, I would snap the steering wheel off and be like, Richard Branson, what happened?
You got a housemate for 14 days.
I'm going to have to stay here. The steering wheel broke.
No. What would be even better is if the pilot or any of the other flight staff had COVID at the time of flying him back over. And then snap the wheel. Fuck him.
Surely if you're doing that, you'd fly with a skeleton crew. It would just be you, co-pilot and pilot. You'd have to serve yourself. I'm
for those kind
into
of
this more than...
Yeah. For those kind of private flights, I think so. But yeah, basically the story was about Gabe Newell being in the right place at the right time, and he is having a hell of a time right now, just living in a country where everything is back to normal. Probably the only country where everything's back to normal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd say Norway is pretty like that right now as well. So
yeah, things good for you out there.
Pretty clear at the moment.
It's very clear. Like everyone is like free, like normal. I went down to the store earlier today. It's just casual.
Yeah, but aren't your houses like 10 miles apart?
No.
You say that. I went to Aldi today, and there was half the town in that shop. It was horrible. I hated it. There was so many people there.
I will admit, I actually went
3 of them not wearing face coverings. Despite the fact that it's become law today that you have to be out, if you're out in a shop today, you have to be wearing a face covering.
Yep.
Yeah, but didn't all supermarkets... Go on, Tech.
Yeah, I will admit, I actually went into Asda today. Had my face on. Everyone I saw was actually wearing one.
Had your
apart
face
from
on?
a couple of staff members.
I'm glad you had your
Yeah, I had
face
my face
on.
Yeah.
That'd be really awkward walking around with no face. Excuse me, toilet
Isn't that
paper?
what women do when they don't wear makeup?
Oh, I haven't got my face on.
I haven't got my face on.
Exactly. Thank you. But no, for the last 2 weeks that I've been doing my shopping, going to Asda and everything, I've not had to queue.
No.
Which has
Yeah,
been
no,
very,
the
very odd for
queuing
me.
has gone down a hell of a lot.
So I've actually been really, really surprised by that, by the fact that I've not had to do any whatsoever. It's been actually really nice because last couple of times, obviously before these 2 weeks, pretty crappy weather. I was always stuck outside queuing when the bloody rain was coming down. So yeah.
Well, it's not too bad, but yeah, we've now by law have to wear a mask as of today if you're going
in
out.
stores and on public transport. Obviously, if you're walking around,
No,
then you don't
public
really
transport
have
has been in for the last couple of weeks over here. Sorry,
15th
down
of June it came in.
As of today, if you're on public transport and shops, you have to be wearing a face covering. But
if you're found to not be wearing one, it's £100 fine, I think, on the spot.
£100, yeah.
£100 fine, yeah.
But the thing that pissed us off today is we've gone out, we've been wearing our face masks for a couple of weeks anyway. But we went in today when it was all supposed to be starting and it was supposed to be being enforced and everything like that. And there was 3 or 4 people walking around the store with nothing on. The staff just kind of like, I don't want to confront them. I don't want to confront them. I don't
Not even their face techs.
Oh, wow.
But yeah,
and that's what really infuriated us.
Before we move back to gaming, all supermarkets have actually claimed that they will not enforce this rule. They just hope you abide by it. And the police have announced that they won't be coming out to any calls from shops moaning about customers not wearing it.
It's ridiculous.
So, the British system for
To
you.
be fair, though, they don't really have...
So fucking stupid.
Well, they don't have the numbers.
Exactly, they don't. Not to answer every call for it.
Just
Just
the
to
cost
find
for that,
someone.
though.
Exactly. Like,
Although, to be fair, if they did go to answer every call, they'd have to obviously... We've already got we don't necessarily have the numbers of police for it, but it's £100 fine every time. So you imagine how much money they'd be able to make back from just going out and fining everyone. £100 on the spot.
Yeah.
They'd be able to recoup that money in quite a bit.
But right, that is this week's segment of what we hate about the world. Had nothing to do with gaming, but it's the game of life.
Wait, that was a whole segment? I had 20 minutes left.
Oh, no, we're done with that. We're done with that. Back
To be fair, the graphics outside suck. Hate the NPCs.
They really do. Dinko, what have you been playing lately apart from Borderlands?
GTA.
It wasn't a quick fire round.
That was a stupid question anyway.
You can expand a little bit.
What I've been playing aside from Borderlands?
Yeah,
I have been playing a little bit of. Since I started streaming again, I
GTA.
did.
RDR. I think I've just named everything that he's played.
Well, we don't need Dinko here. Right? You can go.
Sorry, Dinko. Am I admitting too much to stalking you?
I didn't realise you had someone talking for you, Dinko.
You forgot one though. Raft.
Oh, Raft.
I've been going back to Raft.
Yay!
And in fact, the developers had a really nice stream today. So they, showed off some stuff and did some challenges, and also showed off the studio and stuff. So of Raft, the developers of Raft.
Have there been any more updates announced?
Well, they haven't announced.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2 is going to come out. I think it was early August.
Oh,
somewhere around there. Yeah. So there's loads of new stuff.
There you go, Diz. Chapter 2 to look forward to.
So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. I think the last update me and Lance tried, it was bees.
Yeah,
I think it was.
It was
which we still haven't actually caught any, but you can get bees in the game.
Yes, to make honey. I think it's honey. Yeah, honey.
Yeah, because honey is used to make biofuel, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And the only place you could have got from before is if you went to the island with the bears. And I think there was honey around there or something like that. Or you had to
get wrecked every 5 seconds by the bears. Yeah. Yeah. Seriously, they kept fucking me up, man. But so you've been playing a lot of Raft, Dinko.
Well, not a lot, but with the...
You've been playing all the Raft.
I've been playing as much as I can. Okay, so what I did is I basically started streaming with another streamer and also RDR. And then we just do that every weekend so far. So that's been fun.
Awesome.
Started. Yeah. Can't complain.
Nice.
And then obviously the beautiful list that Tech mentioned.
To be fair, those are all of your go-to games and have been for now for years. So,
I guess that's true. That's mainly my go-to games. I guess my main go-to game is GTA, but I'm sort of like now I mainly use GTA for production, and then my chill game is like Red Dead or like Battlefield. Actually, no, I started Battlefield again, Battlefield 4, which came out in 2014. So I've been going back to that game and getting my shooter experience up. So that's what's been fun.
Well, I actually met you through GTA when I was streaming. I remember you popping in to one of the streams.
Yes. And I remember, this is like a little story. I don't know if I told you, but it's a little story. So what I did was I was browsing. This was back in November or October 2017 or something like that.
Yep.
And then I was scrolling down on Twitch and just looking at like low count viewers, stuff like that, because I always filter it that way. And then I just going down, and then I think I saw like your character with the pink hair or whatnot. And then I clicked on it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna check this out. And the first thing you did was doing like this weird impression of some type of character. I was like, what did I just enter into? Like, I have no idea. And okay, I gotta be honest, like I was close to being like just. Okay, I'm just exit out of it. And then, but I decided to wait like another 10 seconds. And then you started talking normally. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I continued to talk to you. And then I remember that was the time you played like the rest of the stream. You played GTA, and then you went over to South Park, and I continued watching. And then from there on, we started chatting and getting connected there.
And we became the bestest of friends. And you basically became my mod bitch.
Yes. Essentially, I became your mod bitch. Yes.
But also for the people that don't know, like basically everything on my stream in terms of the overlays and the cam setup, Dinko designed for me. He was very nice, and he's helped me out a lot with my streams, and he helps me out an awful lot with things like Discord and everything really. So, thank you. Well, I didn't say thank you yet, but, now
I'm just saying you're welcome.
I just said you helped. I never said thanks. But no, seriously, thank you. Like it's been an honor, but you're fired. So
wow.
Damn. I jest because seriously, I need someone to do stuff for me. and that's Dinko. But basically, what Dinko has been to me in terms of GTA is every time I want to play, every time I want to do a heist, every time I want to try and make a bit of money, Dinko joins the game. He pays all of the money for the heist, and then I reap the benefits because he kills everyone while I go wandering off to do something else. Because I have a very short attention span and I get bored of the heist pretty quickly.
Who are you?
Can I add something here though? Can I add something regarding heist?
Please do.
Rockstar today announced that later this year they're going to do the biggest GTA Online update, including a new heist.
Oh,
they didn't give any details, but that's all we know. But that means that, and also according to their words, a completely new location. So I don't know if they're gonna like edit the whole part of the map, or if they're gonna actually make something ground up. And I don't know.
I mean,
we'll see.
I can see it being an island.
The Diamond Casino, they created an entire new location.
Well, it was more edited, honestly. It's more edited because it was just the same location. They just changed the looks of it. Yeah, it's the same location. They changed the looks.
Yeah, I actually now you say that, because obviously that part of the map was really nothing special. I wonder what the casino looked like before the casino was there.
It looks like a casino.
Oh, was it the same building?
Yeah, no, it was literally like a building saying casino, and it was there for like what, 7 years or like 6 years. And then
people just never go in it.
Throughout the years, it's been like quote unquote leaks and rumors that they were going to do like a DLC about it, and then suddenly they did, and then they just remodeled the whole thing. But the casino has always been there since 2013, since the launch of the game. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's just that they changed the look of it.
So the casino's been there ever since it was out on the PS3.
Yes, exactly. But they never used it for anything.
And then the PS4. And then announced for the PS5.
Yes.
And also Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series 1X, whatever.
It's actually not been announced.
They haven't
Series
announced
X
it for all the One X yet.
No, they haven't.
Oh,
they haven't
the
announced it for the
Series
Series
X,
X.
Well,
yeah, the online's been announced.
It's not a launch title.
No,
They're not giving it
what
to you
they
for
essentially
free.
said, they announced it for PlayStation 4, and then I also said for next generation consoles.
Oh, no shit. Yeah, it was the PS5 conference it was on. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm getting my conferences mixed up. But yeah, we know it's going to be out on the new Xbox because.
But there's been no
GTA
actual
5.
confirmation yet.
Come on, we're like, there's no reason
yeah,
for
of
not
course
to.
he will, but there's been no confirmation, so we're only doing rumors here, guys. So
Yep.
No, I'm confirming now. I'm confirming now because everyone knows it's actually going to happen.
Rocksteady representative, calm down.
It's going to happen.
Yes,
It's going to happen.
But they're also doing the for the second half of 2021. They're going to do an entirely new upgrade on GTA Online as well as GTA. Well, they said GTA, so I assume it's going to be, but assume it's going to be focused on GTA Online. But they're also going to split GTA and GTA Online. So that's going to be interesting. But that is also for the next generation consoles. So I think obviously they're going to wait with all this special stuff for the next consoles until the second half of 2021.
I could see, going back to what you were saying about the new content that's coming with possibly new land or whatever, I could honestly see that being an island off of the main country.
Potentially, yeah.
That is
The
possible.
lighthouse?
Like, well, maybe the extension of the lighthouse. That could be cool. They do have the North Yankton though, which technically isn't in GTA Online. As people have been able to hack themselves into it. But North Yankton is the first place that you go to when you're playing the prologue of GTA single player or GTA 5 single player.
Oh, yes. You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now technically that is in the GTA Online, so they can say this is a new location, even though everyone knows about it. That's a typical Rockstar trick to do.
Well, it's something that's already made, isn't it?
Location.
Yeah, it's already made, right? But they're saying like they're not gonna. They didn't say in the post we're making a completely new, just saying a new location. So it would be awesome to go there because the whole thing is covered with snow, and it is sort of like a good part of the whole place is already like pre-made, and there's a tiny city there you can actually drive in as well. Although the buildings are, you can glitch through the buildings and they're not really fully textured and stuff, but there are a few cities, a few buildings there. So that's something they could do and make like a heist there.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm hoping for a custom-made new thing though, just to freshen it up.
That would be really cool, and obviously that would be a big kind of hey, everyone that's not played this in a while, come back to the game. Which is something that GTA like to do like once or twice a year, and it always brings me back.
Marketing as the biggest DLC they made, which is going to be, so that's a big seller right there. Slap on a little sale as well, and then boom, you got you got a lot of sales. So
Not wrong.
can't complain.
Not wrong at all.
So, a question for you, Dinko.
Yes, sir.
2 games, GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2. One of them has to be deleted from existence.
wow.
Which one do you keep?
I keep Red Dead.
Really? You'd keep Red Dead?
I keep Red Dead because I have more hopes in Red Dead Redemption in the long run than GTA, even though GTA has literally 10x amount of numbers in everything. But Red Dead is, for me, more of a game I just generally enjoy playing, if that makes sense. Just laying back and playing. Also, I'm a big sucker for the Western theme and style, so that's something I always go towards when I see it. So I guess like statistically, it wouldn't make statistically, it's like I would have gone for like GTA, but like for my personal opinion, I would still go for Red Dead today. Also, GTA 5 out of existence, but then in like 3, 4, 5 years, GTA 6 will be out. So win-win.
Very true. Very true.
So I just can live with Red Dead for a while, and then I'm gonna go GTA 6. Well, I can't. They have to. Like they will most likely upgrade as much as they can and milk online as much as they can just to get the money, and then they were gonna make the GTA 6 upgrade the engine and make everything just look beautiful, and then convert over to a GTA Online 2, or if they're doing something crazy, just revamp whole GTA Online to like the standards of GTA 6 whenever that comes out.
They're still going to make money off the shark card, so
the shark cards is like honestly, funny enough, not many people buy shark cards today. It's they're still gaining just for general like sales and also investment, like investors, because the game has so many numbers. Like I'm talking about player numbers and like sales and stuff. The investment is crazy high, so that's where they get the main money from. Like shark cards is more like a gimmick now. People meme about it, but it's not honestly nothing that they gain like an insane amount of money from. So there's that.
Okay, right. Let's bring up a topic of what we like to ask all of our guests. Did you sort out a list of your favorite nostalgia games?
Well, I guess the question was the games I played when I was a child.
Yeah, your favorite games from when you were a child.
I guess okay. I ordered by my 5 favorite games, but I took like one game and made it into 2. But
okay, that's fine.
Yeah, no. So I guess Battlefield 3 was one of my favorites, and with including Battlefield 1943. So I played them back and forth all the time. Getting introduced to the shooters. Also, the crazy part, GTA 4. That was my sort of like my first invitation to the GTA universe.
Makes me realize just how young you are.
Yeah, well,
my first GTA game was GTA 1. Like back in the day. I've played obviously like the first games I got into is obviously the more newer ones, right? Yeah, of course.
I have played many of the others. So like I played the what's called the GTA. I think it's called Chinatown or something like that. The
one that they released.
One.
They released it on the PSP, didn't they? I think.
Yeah, like a small. I
don't know,
but I played like
Tony.
Basically played all the GTAs though.
Out of the gay Tony.
And then one of my favorite games when I was quite young was my Super Mario 64 on the DS.
Awesome.
Love that game, collecting all the stars and like picking up a penguin and throwing it off the cliff when I'm going to give it to mom.
I'm not happy because you said DS.
Yeah, I was going to say Mario 64 on the DS. I was like,
it did come out on the DS, on the 3DS. Sorry,
I know it came out on the DS. I had it on the DS, but the Mario 64 was Mario 64. It was on the N64.
I played it on the DS.
It's the old man getting stubborn in his ways. All right,
that's how he played it.
It's the experience that counts, not the platform. Like this said yesterday, it's like it doesn't matter where you play it as long as you enjoy it and play it, right? So yeah, exactly. I can see you agree here. This just agree with facial expression and movements. And then we also have this Sly Cooper series and Ratchet and Clank series.
Yes,
those are like
you.
big fanboys of those both 2 series there. So I'm sticking with that. Ratchet and Clank, the new announced game for PlayStation 5 is basically the reason why I pre-ordered the PlayStation 5 on the spot after the announcement.
He's followed my trick.
Yeah, it was like Ratchet and Clank. I'm doing this because I'm buying. That's such a great like game. Just lay back playing and just love the universe, love the characters, all this kind of stuff. So it's that's something I want to go for. Yeah, that's pretty much the list.
I actually never knew that you were a Ratchet and Clank fan, so I'm glad that I found that out because I've got someone else to discuss it with when we start playing it on PS5.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely.
I love that.
Somebody to be Clank.
Yeah, I didn't realize that you had actually already pre-ordered the PS5 because of that game, but that's pretty cool, man.
I did it on the spot.
I already knew he pre-ordered it. Yeah, I knew a while back he pre-ordered it. I was like, he's already pre-ordered it.
Have you pre-ordered it, Lance?
There's no place in the UK you can pre-order from yet.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
No, you can only register interest like
Shop
so
2, what I've done
Game and Amazon and stuff.
So, like Tex just mentioned, I registered interest with Shop 2 for when they might get them in. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, do I want to go through Shop 2? I've been burnt by them in the past recently, from previous ones, and I'm like, but they did deliver on the consoles I've pre-ordered, but I have an original PlayStation 4, like the original one that dropped. I want to trade that in to get some money off the PlayStation 5. I'm just trying to figure out like where's the best place for me to go, and if I do pre-order one, where's the best place to get it. So just leave my options open. But I've registered interest for it and so forth. But yeah, I am getting one.
Blockbuster.
Damn it! I would have got 20% off.
I mean, you can go to Blockbuster, but it's a different shop now.
Yeah.
Hey, this. Will I find the fish? I'm just adding that quickly.
Oh wow, you told him that story.
You know what? I can quickly explain for Tex.
What we talking about?
Private jokes. I was going to say what?
It's a Blockbuster joke.
Well, basically, I don't think any of my old employees are going to listen to this. They probably don't even know about it. But my manager at the time had to go and manage other stores because the district manager for the region had been fired. Don't know why, but my manager went. Therefore, I was now the quote-unquote acting manager for the Loughton store of Blockbuster Video. So I had ended up doing that for about 2 years, me running the store, doing everything, but still only earning not even an assistant manager's wage, but just a customer service representative's wage. So,
basic
minimum wage was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So after 2 years, I spoke to one of the heads of our whole region to say, either make me manager or just make me assistant manager and give me an assistant manager's wage, or I'm done. Like I've been working 70-hour weeks for 2 years now. I'm done with this shit, because no matter what I would do with the rota, everyone would either phone in sick and I would have to cover. I basically just lived in Blockbuster Video. Not the worst thing in the world.
At least you got plenty of entertainment.
Well, especially when, I used to play this game, another side story. I used to play this game where you would have, this wall full of, all of the snacks that would be, that's where you keep all of the stock before you put it out on the shop. And I used to play this game where I would stand on the other side of the shop with a pair of scissors and I would throw them as violently as possible. And if I split a packet of Maltesers open by chance, I'd be like, they're defective. They'll have to go in the bin.
And you wonder why Blockbuster went out of business.
Because I destroyed one packet of Maltesers. I killed the company.
Oh, dang.
But anyway, so the head of our region decided to come down to the store and have a word with me.
Oh, God.
And this word was, we're not going to make you the manager or assistant manager, and we're not going to give you a pay rise. But here is a voucher for £5. So I screwed it up and I threw it in his face and I said, get the fuck out of my store. It wasn't my store. It was his store, but he left anyway. So he left after realizing that I had essentially just quit and that was going to be my last shift. I decided to do some nice little random things for them. So I locked up the shop, put a sign on the door that said, I'll be back in 5 minutes. And I went to the local fish and chip store and I bought a whole bunch of fried battered fish. I took it back to the store. I unscrewed the air vents.
Oh my God.
And I threw the fish at the back of the vent. And I screwed it back up. And then I took a whole load of mayonnaise sachets and I opened them up and I squeezed them down the back of the radiators, knowing that it was winter and they were going to have all the radiators off. And that was my last ever shift. But I did get a call a week later to say, what was the smell? Can you come and investigate? And I was like, no. I'm all right.
Fuck off.
Call a plumber. It might be the
Get out
toilets.
of my shop.
And then I never stepped foot in a Blockbuster again until I, visited Lance when he worked at Woodford.
Yeah. The Woodford store was a whole other thing. I mean, that was a good store, but even the thing is, back then, was it regional managers? Was that what they were called? The post? Yeah, regional managers. I was lucky enough to have had a regional manager who was actually pretty smart and actually cared about his the people who he worked under him, so to speak. And then after that, when Blockbuster drastically changed and everything went to pot, and it was just, you could just see the decline. Like this, while the store I worked at had a manager and an assistant manager, I was essentially doing assistant manager level work, but not getting to pay for it. And then when I left and went to do a new job, which only lasted a little while because that company I went to work for became redundant, I went back to the Blockbuster, but I ended up working at the Loughton branch that Diz worked at. And I'm not going to lie, that Loughton branch, the staff were working... No, it does, but then again, you know the reasons why it stunk in there. Among other things that you did in that store, which made you legendary. But that place was just like... The Loughton store in the district it was under was just badly and poorly looked after. It was just trash. Like I essentially got paid to do nothing, quite literally do nothing in that store. And I was considered a senior member of staff. So I was like, yeah, okay. I've been in the company X amount of years. I'm a senior member of staff. Technically, I could run a store on my own, no problem. But they were like, there was nothing for me to do. Because I would be like, oh, you know what? This needs to be done. We can split the work, or if you want to take care of it before anything else, that's fine. I'd delegate my jobs efficiently. But yeah, the place was just, it's Blockbuster in general. Yeah, Blockbuster in general is as a time when you wanted a place to work, it's a good place to work with the people that you were with. But as a company, it does not look after employees. If you're not an assistant manager or a manager or anything above that, you are not looked after at all.
They didn't give a shit.
No.
But, we digressed again. I kind of spawned off on a long tangent. I do apologize. But, it kind of had something to do with games because, they sold games. So there we go. Gaming podcast. But right, okay, we should probably wrap up there.
Yeah.
Because we've hit the 90-minute mark. But yeah, I apologize. Yeah.
All good, my dude.
Take it, Tex.
Anyway, all right, guys, that has been episode 8. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. For the listening has been absolutely amazing spending time with you guys. Right, MrDinko, being our special guest, where can everyone find you on your socials?
Do I have socials? You can find me on twitch.tv/MrDinko. You can also find me on YouTube at MrDinko. Or no, just MrDinko. And then you can find me on Twitter at @TheMrDinko. That's pretty much where you find me.
Excellent. Diz, where can everyone find you?
You won't find me at the Loughton Blockbuster. They don't want to see me anymore. But you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at InvisibleDizz or on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/InvisibleDizz.
And Lance, where can people find your lovely self?
They can find me at twitch.tv/LancelotArcher and at Twitter at ShiroArcher, and not at Blockbuster Woodford because that's now an organic food shop.
Hey, it's a good one at that.
Is it? I haven't tried it.
It's pretty good.
Not, it's frozen food now.
Is it frozen food? Oh, never mind. It's for FM.
Frozen
Senpai,
food.
where can people find you, good sir?
Good morning. You can find me on Twitch.tv/SENPIEMAN. Same for Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram.
Excellent. And my name is Techsnologic. You can find me at Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Techsnologic. And same for Twitter and Instagram, which is at Techsnologic. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you all have a fantastic evening. Hope you enjoy yourselves. We will hopefully catch you guys in a bit.
May the force be with you.
Triple peace.
Indeed.
May the force
Live long and
prosper.
Don't do the
guys.
sign. Don't do the goddamn sign. Just get out of here.
Live long and prosper.
Why not? Let's join in.
I'm flipping my finger right now. This is not cool. Like this is no.
Okay, Dinko in a bit.